Hello everyone, welcome to another Rick's Picks. Today I'm going to be doing my review of the new Eternia figure, Faker, by Mattel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at them in packaging, then I'm going to take a look at the figure and its accessories, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts on them. And just remember, if you do like this video, go ahead and check out my Masters of the Universe playlist and hit that like, share, and subscribe. So, without any further ado, let's get to the review. So here he is in packaging. The packaging for him is pretty cool. You know, I like it. So you got this black going up into a blue silvery type color. All right. You have an open window here where you can see him, all his accessories, Masterverse, New Eternia, Faker, Mattel. Bring it up this way. You can see the Masterverse logo. Okay. On this side, not much there, just his name. On the back here, all right, you got the New Eternia logo. You get this piece of art. It's nice art, but it's not the best art. I've seen, some really, cool artwork for some of these figures. So it's good artwork. It's just I feel like it doesn't, what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't meet the standards that a lot of the Masterverse art does. But it is cool that you got Skeletor in the background here with his helmet on. You have everybody else who's part of this line, and your legal underneath. Bring it around to this side. You get another shot of him with his sword. So, once again, this is pretty cool art, but I hate to say it, I've seen better from the Masterverse. All right, spin them back around here. And then, of course, underneath you have your legal and what have you. So, with that being said, let's open him up and see what he's about. So here he is out of packaging. Now, normally I would not take off the chest piece, the chest armor, because there's no real need to do that. But because of the nature of this particular figure, I did take it off because we all want to see if he has his iconic, computer gear in his chest, which he does. So first off, let's start with the rotation. So we have this side here. You got the back. You got this side and back around to the front. Now, he's a really cool looking figure. I like some of the extra details on him. So let's get a look at that stuff. So first off, you got the head sculpt here. Now, they do give him this little bit of blue shading, and it works with him. Now, earlier I did a review of the 40th anniversary He-Man, and it had similar shading, but it didn't look right on him. Where on this figure, it does. So you have the iconic computer breakaway here that he's most known for, the two reel-to-reels, which is really nice. I do like that. On his shoulders, he almost has it looks like a bolt, so it makes it look like his arms are bolted on, which is pretty neat. And then on the back here, looks like some sort of interface thing, like he would plug into a terminal or something with this. So I do like that a lot. I think that looks really cool. And then you look at his boots. So you got the purple with the black lacing on it. So overall, I like all the detail on him. Plus, and I didn't really say this with this, is that this isn't a sticker. The original figure, it was a sticker. But it's an actual painted in piece that they put a lot of work into it. I really like the overall look to that. So now that we gave the figure a good look over, let's start going through his points of articulation. So first off, the head does move. All right. You got a shoulder joint. All right. An elbow joint. And a wrist joint. All right. Those arms up. He has a joint here underneath the ribs. All right. And he has a joint here at the belt line. All right. Spin him around this way. He does have a thigh joint with a swivel. And he has a knee joint. He should have a swivel up here at the top of the boot. And then last but not least, he has an ankle joint. So far, I'm liking him as a figure. I think he's a pretty cool looking figure overall. All right, so now let's take a look at his accessories. I did put his armor piece back on off screen just because sometimes the straps on these can be a little bit of a pain to get to latch into place correctly. So I just thought it'd be easier to do it off screen. So what it would do is you put this on. You would have to take the head off to take this on and off. So you take the head off, you put this back on, and then you latch it up. So if you look here, you can see the two latches. And anybody who, has any Masters of the Universe figures know that sometimes these can be a pain. I do like how the crossbones are on here. It's a darker shade of purple, the yellow in the middle. I think that's a really nice touch. It gives it a little bit more sense of character to it. So now let's start looking at his accessories and stuff. First off, he comes with 2 hands. So he has a closed fist. All right. And an open hand. All right. He comes with a battle axe. Now his weapons are kind of neat, okay? So if you look at this battle axe, there's a little bit of shading here, like they did like a dry brush with a silver. And then it looks like this piece is like grafted on, like it was broken. So they added a piece to it. So that looks really cool. I like how they did that. And it's the same with his sword. His sword looks like, your standard power sword, but it looks like it's been like mixed matched together. So you got a plate here, a plate there. You got this plate here, spinning around to this side, and you got similar things. So I think that adds a real, sense of character to him, that he just doesn't have your standard power sword like He-Man and Skeletor. That his is actually like a mismatch put together, sword. So I really dig that. I really like how they did the sword and axe with him. So now, let's see how well all this works with him. So first off, let's start with the axe. All right. Oops. All right. So the axe pops in there with no issues. All right. Now let's try the power sword. All right. So the power sword fits in his hands. No issues. So I don't have any issues with his weapons. They seem to swap out pretty well. Now let's try the alternate hands. All right. They got the closed fist. And then you have, now before I put this on, okay, here it is. See, normally these things would come off, but with him, they don't. All right. So both hands swap out very well. So overall, I don't have any issues with any of his accessories. And one last thing with his sword. So his sword can come out of his hand. And then it got a spot here for it that it just slides right into with no issues. So my final thoughts on this figure is I really like him. I think he's a good figure. I like the overall detail and stuff to him. All right. All of his joints move fine. I don't have any issues with that. His hands swap out very well. His weapons fit well in his hands and holster. I really do like the factor that they made his weapons sort of like mismatched, welded together. I think it gives him a sense of character, and what have you. So I do like all that. I like how they did the reel-to-reel on his chest and all the extra details. So yes, I would recommend this figure to go with your Masters of the Universe collection. So with that being said, I hope you all did like this video. If you did, go ahead and check out my Masters of the Universe playlist and hit that like, share, and subscribe. Small clicks for you, but it really helps this channel grow. So until the next time, late.